With protocol already being established, a pleasant good afternoon. Mr. Chairman, it is my responsibility today to consolidate, summarize, and conclude my team's debate. After my presentation, you too will oppose the motion, be it resolved that parenthood should be considered a privilege and not a right. Mr. Chairman, before I continue, I must refute one of the misleading statements made by my worthy opponents. Although my opponents use the scripture Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, I have a scripture to counter that, and it will be presented in the main. Mr. Chairman, parenthood should not be considered a privilege. Parenthood is a right. If it were a privilege, who grants this privilege? Also, Mr. Chairman, on what grounds would this consideration be made? Mr. Chairman, would it be on the grounds of wealth, social class, education level, or even race? To impose any of these limitations on the right to procreate, reproduce, and become a parent, and share in the God-given right of parenthood, is not just discriminatory, but a violation of one's fundamental human rights, and is profoundly undemocratic, an abomination. Mr. Chairman, the child protection laws and even criminal laws of our nation, the supreme laws of God, clearly point to and instruct that parenthood is a right, not a privilege. The Bible, which is the natural law from which all man-made laws have been derived, speaks to the sanctity of parenthood. As in Genesis chapter 9, verses 1 and 7, God says to Noah and his family, "Go out, be fruitful, and multiply." Mr. Chairman, the right to life and liberty can be removed. Also the right to parenting. But the right to parenthood cannot be removed. Mr. Chairman, there are laws that state what is required of individuals as a parent. There are laws that require parents to send their children to school. Laws that prevent parents from physically abusing their children. And we would submit, Mr. Chairman, that laws, by their very nature, support rights, not privileges. Mr. Chairman, and as if to add the icing on our cake, when one of our parents was asked about his thoughts on today's meet, he stated, and I quote, "I am privileged to have the right," I repeat, right, "of parenthood," unquote. I rest my case.